I'm in beautiful Southern California. Of course, you're always gonna have traffic just about anywhere, but look at this view. I'm here to drive the all-new Toyota Tacoma on an all-new platform, redesigned from the ground up, and they've kept the manual transmission. Let's go. So this is a TRD Sport. Now we can talk about pricing. A little over $41,000 this is priced at, which is a lot of truck for the money, in my opinion. We have disc brakes now on the front and the rear. We have coil springs in the back here. You gotta look like the front end. With the, it's not, you know, at least when I saw this in Hawaii, this was not functional, but we'll lift the hood a little bit to see if they have made that little hood scoop somewhat functional. The front end looks great. I like the fog lights. You can just take off that air dam at the bottom unless you're scooping snow with it. Just a few bolts to remove that. And the new front end looks great. Obviously the black and the red go really, really nicely together. You got like the small details like the Tacoma inside, the LED headlights, the air pass through there, super neat. Coming to the side, the blacked out Tacoma lettering, paint matched mirrors. Coming to the back, this is the 5-foot bed. You can get a 6-foot bed, and the manual is only available in 3 grades: the base SR, the TRD Sport, and the TRD Off-Road. I drove the TRD Off-Road with the manual. Make sure to check out that video as well. But yeah, I love the new truck. Looks great from every angle. Toyota's done an amazing job with this. Look at the slow release of the lift gate. Got cleats here for the sliders, hooks in the back. There's no plug-in here. There's no 400-watt plug-in, which is an option on some other grades too. So lifting this up, super light. I actually prefer the traditional tailgate here compared to the automated one, which is really slow. And I'm not the world's most patient person, so I like just throwing it up and get on the way, which is really light, easy to do. Spare tire underneath. We can tow over 7,000 pounds here. We have recovery points here to latch onto, but you also can jack up the truck from this area right inside there. So it's a nice area to lift this up. This is of course body on frame like a true pickup truck, F platform. This is a shrunken down version what we see in the Tundra. Let's go and get in the back seat here. Cloth seats on the TRD Sport grade. Now all this is pre-production. This is not finished here, but I do like this garnish that will make it to production. We can lift this up. Lots of storage underneath. Cloth seats, like I mentioned, USB-Cs in the back here. No vents, that's all right. It's a small cabin. Closing this up, I got a big handle here to help me get in and out. Cup holders, soft back to the seats, one mat pocket. Good headroom. We got a little lamp up here too. But adults probably don't want to be in the taco back seat for too long, so let's go ahead and get in the front seat. Again, this door is pre-production, not ready, but again, some TRD garnishing here on the door panel. Cloth seats, but nice bolsters. And you also have some automated lumbar support. The rest is manual control, which doesn't bother me. 3-pedal setup, which since we're under here, I guess let's pop the hood. Have they made this hood scoop, hood vent thing somewhat functional? They actually may have. There's a dot underneath. You see those vent or those cutouts in the hood. So it's possible, but it doesn't really look like it. Yeah, 2.4 liter turbo, V6 is gone. It's not a bad thing. This thing, this engine, the T24A, it's right there on the barcode. 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed auto. It is super smooth and very torquey, as we'll find out when we start driving. All right, what do we have here on the TRD Sport? Well, just because it's not a range-topping model and it's like $41,000, it's not exactly cheap either. I still think it's an amazing value. We get the massive 14-inch screen here. We also get the full-on digital screen behind the steering wheel, 12 inches. So Toyota giving you that tech fixation here on a mid-grade, or you could actually say a mid to lower grade. I even have heated seats in here. I love the automatic climate control, the big knobs, big volume knob. Ooh, look at that baby. Woo. Okay, back to the interior. Some white trimmings here with the black Tacoma lettering on the TRD Sport. Feels pretty premium, this Tacoma lettering right there. Here's the 6-speed manual gear lever. It is pretty long throws. but you know, they have improved it. It's kind of the same manual as before, but they have improved it. It's supposed to be smoother, and we'll find out here in a little bit. You also have some anti-stall technology in here. You also have IMT, which helps with rev matching, which is awesome. You also have your gear select, your four high, four low select, I should say. Now, you know, as a manual fan, I wish I had a manual parking brake, old school, but yeah, it's digital, which it's kind of a killjoy, but it works. 12 volt here, a couple USB-Cs down there as well to complement this guy. Underneath the armrest, just storage space, and look at the resistance here. I like how it just doesn't slam down. It feels pretty premium. Rubber accented grab handle for the passenger, like that touch, and I'm ready to start driving this. Let's go. Pretty smooth there. It has the world's strongest rev hang, and in fact, rev hang is like an understatement because it doesn't really drop the RPMs unless you wait a really long time between gears. Now, it's a bit unnatural because like I feel like I should wait for the RPMs to drop, but it's almost like Toyota will drop those RPMs for you as you get into the next gear. So it's a bit strange feeling, and I just need more time with it. And this short 20-minute drive is not enough for me to get used to this manual. What can I say? Well, it's easier to start off than the old Tacoma with the V6 manual. I don't have to shift as much, I would say, because I have better torque with the turbo 4-cylinder. Like, and the 6-speed manual was a better option, at least for satisfaction, compared to the old 6-speed auto. But now that the 8-speed is here, guys, and ooh, that's beautiful GT3. Now that the 8-speed is here, I was really excited for this manual, but after driving the 8-speed, it's really good. And the only way I'd be getting a manual is probably if I lived outside of a big city, like a rural environment. If I lived in a small town, or I lived in the country, I wouldn't mind getting the manual. Wow, that's a beautiful spot to take photos of the truck too. But you know, the manual is improved here, largely due to the improvements in the torque due to this 4-cylinder. And those auto rev matching was really good there with the IMT intelligent manual transmission. It's really, really good. And you know, this truck handles so much better than the old Tacoma, but that has nothing to do with the manual. Like, if you want to shift fast, it does not want to do it whatsoever. You're gonna jerk your passengers around. The truck's not happy being hustled through the gears either, but it does like purring along in 5th gear really nicely around 55 to 60. Over that, I'd probably be in 6th gear, but yeah, you know, who else is offering a manual transmission? Well, the brakes are so much better than the old Tacoma too. You have a nice, strong initial bite. Maybe it's due to the 4-disc brakes all the way around, but yeah, I lost my train of thought, but I would still be going for the 8-speed auto. I know you have purists out there that will always be getting a manual no matter what the situation. I get it, but to me, it's just not that pleasurable to drive this manual transmission. The engine's better, so it's a better setup than the old V6, but now since the 8-speed auto is like chef's kiss, and it's very responsive, it's very quick, there's no reason for me to get the manual. Just, you know, if I wanted to have a manual, maybe get a Miata or something fun that is a rewarding gearbox. Right here, it's not very satisfactory, especially with the crazy rev hang. Yeah, I just don't like how I can't, you know, shift at my own pace through the gears. I always have that engine rev hang going on between the gears. So this truck though, it just handles so well. I'm not used to throwing Tacoma in the turns and feeling this light and this planted and this maneuverable. And then I can say the same for the off-road portion as well. This truck off-road was just easy town, smooth as heck, super capable. Just did everything you asked it to. Very light-footed as well off-road. So make sure to watch my off-road driving impressions. And I got to turn around somewhere before I run into the ocean because I'm gonna hit Malibu before I know it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you down below. If you're still thinking about getting the manual, highly recommend you drive one first to see if it meets your needs and your wants. But for me, after driving both, there's no way I would be skipping up the very, very well integrated and executed 8-speed automatic. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. I spoke with one of the lead engineers for the Tacoma powertrains afterwards, and I told him, you know, I'm like, I actually enjoyed the manual a little bit more on the V6. I just had so much rev hang, like the RPMs just wouldn't drop when I was upshifting. And he's like, yeah, we know. So we had to program it like that for emissions. So my heart was a little bit ripped out. I was looking forward to driving the manual the most. You know, when I actually drove the manual off-road, I had a heck of a time. I thought the manual was amazing off-road in this pickup truck, but on-road, when you're upshifting in real-world situations, which you would be doing 99% of the time because most of us don't off-road for a living, it just wasn't well executed. And it wasn't due to Toyota's wants, it seems like. It was due to the requirements of the emissions laws in the states. So it's unfortunate. Maybe you guys aren't affected as much by that rev hang as I am personally. If you guys want to know a little cheat code, you can get the manual on the SR grade. Now the SR grade is detuned. It has 228 horsepower. If you get the manual on the SR grade, it gets upgraded to this 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. So that's pretty exciting. If you want a manual in the base grade, you get that free power upgrade compared to the detuned setup. All right, I mean, you guys been looking at these specs here for a little bit. Of course, we have coil springs on the back now on the most of the upper grades. All the 4-door options, I think, have the coil springs, but 41.8 without options. So, you know, after destination as well, it's probably somewhere around 45K for this TRD Sport with the manual. Get the automatic. Don't try to go out of your way to get the manual. I don't think you will enjoy it unless you're just using it off-road all the time, which was a lot of fun, but you can use crawl control in the automatic and you can't on the manual, right? So, I mean, it's just a better executed truck. It's a better truck with an auto. I can't believe I'm saying that. It's a complete reversal from the outgoing Tacoma, where I like the manual better than the automatic because the automatic was so bad in the outgoing Tacoma. But in the new situation, the manual, even though they made some modifications to it, it seems like those modifications are for the worse if you're an enthusiast. And the 8-speed auto, like I said, fantastic transmission. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to watch my driving impressions on the off-road with the manual, as well as driving the other variants and trim levels of the new Toyota Tacoma.